Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon lined up for Sidecar Dog. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and submitting this request, for sponsoring the video. We got some really interesting songs today, so thank you so much. I just took amazing cold showers. I'm ready to go for a marathon, so I'm all set. All right, so here are the songs that we're gonna listen to today, and I'm very excited. Let's see here. So we're gonna start it off with Peggy Lee. It's Is That All There Is? And it's also from the album Is That All There Is? And this is from 1969. I'm getting a lot of 1969 requests lately. It's really, really cool. That era of just release is really, really cool. Then Glen Campbell says By the Time I Get to the Phoenix, and it's also from the same album, By the Time I Get to the Phoenix. This is 67. Wow, cool. Oh wow, I just did Dionne Warwick yesterday, but a different song. Walk On By Dionne Warwick. This is the album Make Way for Dionne Warwick in 1964. There we go. Now, Frank Sinatra, that's something I've never done on the channel. I love Frank Sinatra. I mean, I know a couple of songs, who doesn't? It was a very good year. And then it says, it's from the album September of My Years. This is from 65. And the last one is Barbra Streisand. There's a movie where a guy makes fun of that he can't pronounce Barbra Streisand. Send in the Clowns from the Broadway album, 1985. All right. Well, this is very, very interesting. All right. Well, let's get into it. Thank you so much, Sidecar, for this. Look at my hair. I can never get it. I can never do anything with it. All right. So I'm all good to go. I got some coffee here, some water. I mean, what else do you need in life, right? Music, coffee, and water. All right, here we go with Peggy Lee. Is That All There Is? And here we go. Oh, 1 second, because I do mess around with the mic sometimes, because Alexa and I have been recording here. But no, everything looks fantastico. Okay, here we go. Enjoy.
I remember when I was a little girl, our house caught on fire. I'll never forget the look on my father's face as he gathered me up in his arms and raced to the burning building out on the pavement. And I stood there, shivering in my pajamas, and watched the whole world go up in flames. And when it was all over, I said to myself, is that all there is to a fire? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep dancing. Let's break out the booze and have a ball.
Yeah.
If that's all there is. And when I was 12 years old, my daddy took me to the circus, the greatest show on earth. There were clowns and elephants and dancing bears, and a beautiful lady in pink tights flew high above our heads. And as I sat there watching, I had the feeling that something was missing. I don't know what, but when it was all over, I said to myself, is that all there is to the circus? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep dancing. Let's that's all there is. And then I fell in love with the most wonderful boy in the world. We'd take long walks down by the river, or just sit for hours gazing into each other's eyes. We were so very much in love. And then one day, he went away, and I thought I'd die, but I didn't. And when I didn't, I said to myself, is that all there is to love? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep. I know what you must be saying to yourselves. If that's the way she feels about it, why doesn't she just end it all? Oh no, not me. I'm not ready for that final disappointment. 'Cause I know, just as well as I'm standing here talking to you, that when that final moment comes and I'm breathing my last breath, I'll be saying to myself, is that all there is? Is that all there is? If that's all there is, my friends, then let's keep dancing. Let's break out the booze and have a ball. If that's all there is.
Wow, really cool. Very I felt a little bit like you know the movie Cabaret, like that kind of like boom bum boom bum boom bum. I love the lyrics, and it's just like, you know, it's like the movie. What if this is as good as it gets? I love that point of. I mean, I'm obviously I'm a non-alcoholic. Like I'm a, how do you say? I don't drink, like, so I don't. But I mean, at that time, you know, alcohol was just part of, I guess, life, you know. So, but I really enjoyed the lyrics because it is, of course, a play on words, and you know, it's like, I mean, if this is all there is, then hey, you know, let's just, you know, get some booze and dance and have some fun, because this is all pretty boring. And I mean, it happens, you know, in life. So really cool. I loved her humor, her charm during the performance. Very charming way of singing, and also the way she was talking. She was narrating, you know, the story. So very, very, very great. I love Peggy Lee. Never heard her before, but I'm very, very pleased with what I heard. Is that all there is? And this one has amazing, I mean, it has like 10 million views, this song. I guess it's one of her hits. I'm sure. All right, well, this was wonderful. I just love the whole the cabaret feeling, and you could feel the sensuality of it all, you know. Really cool. All right, so now we're gonna go over. Let's see. This is okay. So this was 69. Okay, 67. Glen Campbell. By the time I get to the Phoenix. Let's check it out. That's a bit shorter. It's on the shorter side. All these songs, of course, because of the year, you know, to get something out on radio, you had to kind of like narrow it down. So we've talked about this before. But that's why I didn't pause, you know. I try to get away with it. Yesterday I did 2 marathons. I didn't pause them, and they did get blocked, but I'm disputing them anyways, because I mean, even it's not like I'm just uploading a song. I do give some commentary, and I hope that's enough. So let's go with Glen here.
By the time I get to Phoenix, she'll be rising. She'll find the note I left hanging on her door. She'll laugh when she reads the part that says I'm leaving, 'cause I've left that girl so many times before. By the time I make Albuquerque, she'll be working. She'll probably stop at lunch and give me a call, but she'll just hear that phone keep on ringing off the wall. That's all. By the time I make Oklahoma, she'll be sleeping. She'll turn softly, call my name out low, and she'll cry just to think I'd really leave her. Though time and time I've tried to tell her so, she just didn't know I would really go.
Oh, okay. Well, that was not very happy. So I'm very happy that I could pay a lot of attention just to the lyrics, literally just, listen to the story. But yeah, I guess this time he meant it. And what a sad thing, because I cannot even imagine, doing that to Alexia, I mean, we've been together so many years and there is just the thought of it brings me to tears, but I mean, it's a different story, there's love stories, happy ones, sad ones, very beautiful the way he sang, very calm but with a certain sadness in his voice, of course. Very, very, he delivered what he wrote. Beautiful, like just the instruments that were playing. Very, very nice violins and very sweet, very, very cool. It sounded older, of course. I mean, it sounded from the mid 60s or late 60s, but yeah, very romantic, unhappy, in love tale. Because he's like, by the time I reach this state, and then she's going to be calling, but I won't be answering. Oh my God. And then by this time I'll be in this state, and then she'll realize, oh my God, he really left me. It's just devastating, So, but very great track. I'm going to play it to Alexa. She's not going to take this one well. Okay. Now yesterday I did listen to some Dionne. I think it's Dionne. Dionne Warwick, and I loved her. But this is a different track from a different album. So let's go on Walk On By Dionne Warwick. Here we go.
If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by. goodbye. Oh, walk on by. Don't stop. Oh, walk on by. Don't stop. Oh, walk on by. Don't stop. Oh, walk on. Walk on by. Walk on by. Foolish pride, that's all that I have left. So let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. Walk on by. Don't stop. Walk on by. Don't stop. Now you really gotta go, so walk on by. Don't stop. Baby, leave you never see the tears I cry. Don't stop. Now you really gotta go, so walk on by. Stop. Baby, leave you never see the tears I cry.
Wow.
Now you really gotta go, so walk on by.
I love it. Very short, but so good. So much expression. Again, you know, the lyrics, I guess, Sidecar got a theme together. You know, it's like, it's, you know, love doesn't always goes the way we want to, I guess. But I loved her. I mean, her voice, just beautiful, and the trumpet, also again the violin. It was very, I guess that was the style back in the day when the guitar was still not like the, you know, the dominant instrument. It was more like a little quartet playing, I guess, in the back with some horns, and very beautiful, very, very beautiful song. Yeah. So what can I say? It's beautiful music. But I wish it could have gone on, you know, for another 2 minutes or something. But I get it. You know, it was just the rule of thumb, I guess, you know, like, hey, you know, keep your song below 3 minutes so we can put it on the radio, you know. Time is money and all that stuff. Okay, now Mr. Frank Sinatra, with one of the most famous singers, I guess, in the world or in history. Of course, I've heard like New York and I don't know, just like the super famous ones. Who hasn't? You know, they're in movies, they're everywhere, pop culture and stuff. So it was a very good year. Here we go with Frank Sinatra. Let's listen to The Voice. That's what they called him. I know that one. Here we go. Wow.
When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights. We'd hide from the lights on the village green. When I was 17, when I was 21, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for city girls who lived up the stair perfumed hair, and it came undone when I was 21. When I was 35.
Oh shit. This is very good. Oh wow. I mean, just let me stop for a moment. Let me just like breathe. Wow. I guess, that's why they call him the voice. Like, I never got it, I was always like, well, it's just old music. This is amazing. Oh my God. Just the way he describes everything. The tone in his voice is freaking beautiful. I mean, me as a man, I can say this man has a beautiful voice, like just like enchanting, As a musician, this is what I look forward to when I listen to music, to be like, like to be blown away. And in 1967, what a time to be alive, I mean, because we look at old footage, I mean, us from this generation, which I think is just the lamest, I think, so far. Which is very sad to say, I mean, our generation has just been so soft and I don't know, and our generation just complains and all day, and they're lazy, and it's just horrible. So, but these people, when they're in their 20s and 30s, in the 60s, you were born in 1930 to begin with, right? You're thrown into World War II, World War I even, into the Great Depression. I mean, these people had to have balls, It's just such a different generation and just different people. But maybe I'm staring off. But I mean, what a time to be alive, And then, but the music here is so beautiful. It sounds almost like a score from a movie. It sounds grand. It sounds intentional. Like, we're going to record something epic here. And the lyrics, this is going to be about my life, when I was 17. I remember when I was 17, when I was 21. And then he's going on when I was 35. Beautiful, beautiful composition, just like jaw-dropping, jaw-dropping. And, but I didn't expect anything less from Frank Sinatra. He was just, I mean, just what I've heard from other people and in movies, and he was like this person larger than life, So I'm enjoying this immensely. So thank you so much, Sidecar. This is a nice wake-up call to, listen to more Sinatra. And here we go. Let's keep going.
It was a very good year. It was a very good year for blue-blooded girls of independent means. We'd ride in limousines. Their chauffeurs would drive. When I was 35.
The way he rhymes. At a
But
harp.
now the days are short. I'm in the autumn of the year, and now I think of my life as vintage wine from fine old kegs, from the brim to the dregs. It poured sweet and clear. It was a very good year.
Wow. Man, that was something. Oh boy, I can't wait to show this to Alexia. I'm gonna cry. Obviously, I'm gonna cry. It's so hard to show her music because I get so emotional, and then if she reacts a certain way, I'm like, like literally, like, because it's beautiful, and never be ashamed to cry to something beautiful. It doesn't say that you're weak or anything. I think crying is very important. I've never understood that concept. Oh man, you're a man, you can't cry. That's like totally irrational thinking. And also, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go on another rant. Okay, this is Barbara. I always thought it was Barbara. It says Barbara, like BARBAR, like Barbara. I thought it was Barbara. So Barbra Streisand, like in the movie. Watch that movie. It's called it's a great new movie. Very old school, like, way of shooting the script. It doesn't have any stupid, politics in there. It's very straightforward love story between two kids, called Licorice Pizza. Just a great film from the director who did Boogie Nights and Magnolia. So I mean, you already know you're gonna be in for a treat. That guy, he doesn't mess around. He just makes good cinema. So watch that movie. Very great soundtrack. And there's the guy Bradley Cooper that actually I've never told anyone this, but I'm in a movie with Bradley Cooper. So I met him and we have a scene together. But he in that movie plays like this guy who is dating Barbra Streisand. So he's like, yeah, take care of my house and blah, blah, blah. And I'm Barbra Streisand's boyfriend. And then he's like, Barbara what? Streisand. And like, it's just a very good scene. Watch it. Licorice Pizza. Okay, so Send on the Clowns from the Broadway album, 1985. Here we go.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, you in midair, sending the clowns you approve? One who keeps tearing around, one who can't move. Where are the clowns? Send in the clowns. Just when I'd start opening doors, finally knowing the one that I wanted was yours, making my entrance again with my usual flair, sure of my lies. Shh, no one is there.
Just a sec.
Don't you love farce? My fault, I fear. I thought that you'd want what I want. Sorry, my dear. But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Quick, send in the clowns. What a surprise! Who could foresee I'd come to feel about you what you felt about me? Why only now when I see that you've drifted away? What a surprise! What a cliche!
It's insane. Wow, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's just so different. I mean, there's still some good musicians nowadays, like Adele, I think, who still gets that kind of like voice down, and there's some good stuff out there. I don't want to like crap on music completely, but but most of it, like, the golden years, I think, of music like this are gone. Unfortunately, everything is kind of like it's computerized, and people use pitch correction and auto tune, and it's just, it's horrible. It's so sad. I mean, because talent is like, you don't have to be talent. You don't have to have talent to be successful. And I mean, they're just handing out Emmys, like, just take them. But nobody has that control anymore, like the vocal control, that vibrato, that pitch, perfect pitch. And just listen to the instruments being used here in the back, just the piano playing these amazing chord progressions, and classical instruments backing up this wonderful, beautiful voice. I've never heard her. I think I've heard her with the guy from the Bee Gees, that album. I think they did together. My mom owned that. I think that's all I know. And I've seen her in some movies. I think I saw her with Robert De Niro, and opposite. It was Robert De Niro, and then she was. So they had a family, and then who was it? The guy from The Graduate. Not Robin Williams, the other guy. God damn it, I can't believe it. Well, she was in that movie, I think, meet the parents, and was just hilarious. She's just amazingly funny and great actress, but I never know that. I mean, of course, I knew she was a singer, but I never heard her. It's just she's amazing, just like on the level, on the level of all these people. It's just a different level, There's like levels in acting, levels in singing, being a performer. This is just like off the charts amazing. All these people, all these singers, all these musicians. But that's what I love about this channel, that like when you guys put together a marathon, you really go for the gold. It's like so amazing, and I'm really grateful, to be able to, because usually I would never listen to this. How or why? Like, because I'm doing like a project, I'm researching on an artist. Nobody really listens to this if you were not born in that time. And that was basically what happened to me with everything else, like the Steely Dan, Doobie Brothers. It was just not my time. So I was listening to kind of like the music that I found that I liked, which was more rock and metal. And I stuck to that. And I was like, oh, that's from the 80s. Oh, that's old, So then going back another 30 years was just, why would I, So that's the beauty about having a channel where you discover older music, because it's just like, it blows your mind, how good music was back in the day. And they didn't have fancy studios with computer programs, and it was all done, analog. Just amazing, like, to get these recordings done at that time in the 80s and the 70s. And still in the 90s, we didn't have really computers. I mean, I think, more. I guess we had the PC and we had stuff. But this is just crazy. I love it. Very, very good. I'm super happy. Can't wait to show it to Alexia as well. Especially Sinatra and Streisand. Wow. There you go.
Isn't it rich? Isn't it queer? Losing my timing this late in my career. And where are the clowns? Quick send in the clowns. Don't bother. They're here.
Wow. Bravo, man. Bravo to all these people. They're just different time, different talent, real talent. I mean, there's like, don't get me wrong, there's still some good stuff, and I've heard Lady Gaga sing a cappella, and she's the bomb. Like, or what was the name of that wonderful singer who passed away very, very, way too young? Oh man, she would sing about the trying to take me to rehab, I don't remember, but she was just amazing, talented to the max. Or Adele, and Adele has really proven her talent, And then there's, I mean, I'm not really into like anything that's new, so I don't really know, but I'm sure there's still real singers and real musicians, but it's just not the way it was, because back in those days, everyone that came out had to be amazing, because And now it's just like anyone can record an album pretty much, and there's a lot of garbage, there's a lot of garbage, and they sell it, and they have like all these fans and this horrible music, this reggaeton. It's like, just like, oh God, who would ever come up with this music? But well, it is what it is, but we thankfully have these masters, and they left their mark and they recorded their music and we can enjoy it. And that's the beauty of being able to just listen to, Frank Sinatra, even though he recorded this 60 years ago, we can listen to it and be just amazed with it, and then in 100 years, we'll still be amazed, and in 200 years as well, just like the amazing classical composers, like Bach. And I mean, we never could record them, but we have their work on paper, so we can recreate it and be astonished. Mozart and Beethoven and Vivaldi and Chopin and all these amazing composers who just left like this body of work, who inspired our great composers like John Williams and Hans Zimmer, and the list goes on and on. It's just fantastic how music transcends. I guess the good stuff will always stay great, if you get inspired, like one who studies Beethoven will always have this reservation, and I don't know. And I'm curious what music will sound like in 20 years. Maybe it comes back, maybe it takes a 360 turn, and just everybody I don't know, starts to study again, and we leave digital behind, and I don't know, let's see what happens. But thank you so much for being here. This was a wonderful experience. I hope you did enjoy. I'm just blown away right now. I'm like in trance. I just want to listen to this stuff again off camera and really, kind of pause it, rewind, hear certain things that I just found beautiful, but I can't just like be stopping and rewinding, and I can't do that. So, but yeah, I just can't wait to listen to this stuff again. Beautiful music. Thank you, SIDECAR, for this. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I love you guys. I can't wait to do a marathon like this with Alexia, just to be floored, So I do appreciate it. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.